have been wanting to come here forever, and we are finally in Zion National Park.
This has been on the top of our bucket list for a long time, so we're excited. We're just spending the weekend here. Today we actually got permits for Angel's Landing, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. They're not until the afternoon, so we're gonna start off with the Emerald Pools hike this morning.
We're about to hike the Emerald Pools Trail, which is about 4 miles. You can make it a loop if you want. We're headed to the middle pool because everyone went the other way, so we're gonna avoid the crowds.
Zion National Park has a shuttle that runs only when it's busy, which I'm pretty sure is about 10 months out of the year. Other than that, you actually can't even drive up the canyon. So we hopped on the shuttle first thing, and a few stops in, here we are at Emerald Pools. The middle pools is our first stop. Yeah, it's not particularly green, but it's still nice and peaceful over here.
So nice to be in nature again, just out in the nature.
Just hiked pretty quickly in and out of Upper Falls. That was the most crowded area. A little bit loud. It was a nice reminder of why we typically try to start super early and beat the crowds a little bit, but you can only do so much. Still a nice spot. Definitely worth hiking up to. Final stop with our route here is at the lower pools. I think pools, waterfall are kind of loose terms to use with the time of year that we're here, but it's still really beautiful, and I'm sure it can change depending on the weather, depending on the season.
We finally found an emerald pool.
I stand corrected. This qualifies for me. Squirrel being a squirrel. It's not really being a squirrel. Do something.
That trail is a good intro trail into Zion. A lot of parts of it were paved, kind of like a sidewalk. There were some rocks and stairs, but overall a lot of fun.
Definitely family friendly, all ages. I would say we saw lots of families in different groups walking the trail. So I think it was a great start to Zion. Well, I wouldn't say we're necessarily killing time, but we're just exploring some other areas of the park until afternoon when we can go hike Angel's Landing, and that only took an hour and a half. It's like 9:30, so gonna keep walking around. We continued to ride the shuttle around to the end point, and now we're back here at stop number 8. There's 9 total. This is Big Bend. Really got off here just for a minute so we could see Angel's Landing from the bottom. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to really point this out. It's here, and you hike this like ridge line down. Expert camera work there, but you get the idea. We'll see it better from the top. We got some sandwiches. We're taking a quick break for lunch. It is officially going to be after noon when we're done, so we'll be able to start our Angel's Landing hike, and we just wanted to talk about the permit process a little bit.
So to go to Angel's Landing, you now need a permit, and you can apply for them super early, but we didn't plan this trip super early, so we went with the lottery method.
Yeah, so it's actually a lottery either way, and this is just starting in April 2022. It's April 30th now. They started on the 1st, so this is all very fresh. But basically, they split up the busy season into 2-month brackets where you can apply in advance for a lottery and select a number of days that you'd be interested in going. If you don't get one of those, then you can transition over to the daily lottery. And since we planned this last minute, we went with the daily lottery, and we were successful.
We both applied for it under 2 different accounts. I did not get it, but Kyle did, and we really weren't sure if we were going to get it because we only have 2 days here since this is a weekend trip for us. So we're super excited. Feel very fortunate that we are able to go.
When you apply, you do it on recreation.gov, and there are 3 time slots. There's before 9 a.m., 9 to noon, and then after noon. And so we just made our preferences. We would have preferred to go first thing in the morning, but no complaints. Our second choice was this afternoon, so hopefully the crowds die out a little bit and we'll be able to hike up soon. It is officially after 12, so we are gonna begin our hike now.
We took the shuttle back up here from the visitor center, and man, what a difference it can make with a few hours. It was so crowded on that shuttle, so hopefully this hike is a little less crowded. The permit system, I'm hoping, will keep the crowds away, but we'll see.
From our understanding, we have a permit, but you can hike pretty far up to Scouts Overlook, which is just before the chain section. So there could still be a lot of people on the trail here, but hopefully that means the chain section is a lot more manageable.
We weren't sure how lucky we were to get a permit, but we just talked to the ranger. About 2 minutes in, they already checked our permits to make sure we could go up. We heard they'll check them again at the top. She said that they don't have enough numbers yet since it just started this month, but thousands of people apply for the permits and hundreds get them, so we'll call ourselves lucky.
You can see Angel's Landing here. You can see the route up just carves through the mountain right there before you get to the permit station, and then the train's up the ridge. My hand probably just ruined all that shot. We'll follow up and post the elevation gain below because it very quickly gets vertical here on the switchbacks.
The views are already so beautiful.
I was slightly unsure, and in case anybody's wondering this, if you don't get a permit, I can tell already, just hiking up to Scouts Landing is Scouts Overlook, totally worth it.
We made it to the start of the chain section.
Yeah, I think about 45 minutes maybe it took us to get here. That's pretty guessy, but we feel like we came up pretty fast. There's a lot of people coming down on the trail. Obviously we don't see as many coming up, but the chain section doesn't look particularly crowded either. Guess thanks to the permit system.
I'm excited, let's go. See that permit and an ID, please.
Can already see how this would be not only annoying, but quite dangerous if it was crowded, so permit system, typically a good idea if they get to the breaking point on that.
I can't get over the layers and layers of these rocks. This is so cool.
All right, you can see the drop here on my right and the drop here on the left. Chains are a good idea. We definitely thought we were close to the top already. Not even close.
We still have to go like way up there. Looks like the final stretch right here to the top. We keep going.
Signs and reviews online are not wrong. Not for the faint of heart or afraid of heights. Top.
Got a little crowded up there, but the views were gorgeous.
Yeah, it's definitely like, I wouldn't say strenuous, it's more so the heights and everything, but well worth it.
We're about to go down though, and we've heard a bunch of people say going down's way worse, so we'll report back.
All right, you can see the trail back down a little further. Follows this whole ridge line back over there.
Again, why is a California condor in Utah? No one knows.
No one? I bet they know.
Okay.
hike and ensuing shuttle down was pretty uneventful.
Which is good because we didn't want to fall. But I don't think it needs to be said, but definitely worth it. Highly recommend doing that hike. Even if you can't get the Angels Landing permit, go up to Scouts Lookout. You still have great views.
And obviously we can say this because we were successful, but I do really think the permit system is totally needed. I mean, even with that in place, in the hundreds of folks that got a permit out of thousands, we had to wait several times. There were times where we had to pass people on some less than stable areas. So definitely glad that they made the move in that direction.
Can't imagine having that open and anyone going.
So this wraps up our day here, a busy one in Zion, but we have one more big hike tomorrow. Super excited to hike the Narrows and get in the water.
Yeah, we're just gonna go back to the hotel, relax our feet a little bit, maybe do some stretching to get ready for the morning.